She was one of the four great beauties of ancient China. She could have become a concubine of the emperor but ended up being married off to a foreign land, all because she offended a court painter. After her husband passed away, she was forced, according to local customs, to marry his son, and later even his grandson. Wang Zhaojun was born into an ordinary rural family. Her parents, unable to conceive for a long time, often visited nearby temples to pray for a child. One night, her mother dreamed that the moon in the sky entered her body. Not long after, she gave birth to an extraordinarily beautiful girl, Wang Zhaojun. Just how beautiful was she? According to legend, when she was traveling to her new home for marriage, she played the pipa, a traditional Chinese instrument. Her music and beauty were so enchanting that a formation of wild geese flying overhead forgot to flap their wings and fell from the sky. Although Wang Zhaojun's parents were illiterate farmers, they still made sure their daughter learned to read and write from a young age. They also encouraged her to study dance and play the pipa. When she was 16, the emperor issued an order to select beautiful young women from across the country to enter the palace. Because of her striking appearance, Wang Zhaojun was chosen to become a palace lady. However, while many of the other girls who entered the palace with her were soon favored by the emperor, Wang Zhaojun never even got a chance to meet him because there were simply too many girls brought into the palace. The emperor didn't have time to see them all in person. Instead, he had court painters create portraits of each girl, and he would choose from the pictures later. So, in order to increase their chances of meeting the emperor, many of the palace maids would secretly bribe the court painters, hoping to be portrayed more beautifully. But Wang Zhaojun looked down on such behavior. She believed that with her natural beauty, it was only a matter of time before the emperor noticed her. When the painter subtly hinted that she should offer him money, she not only ignored him but even mocked him. As a result, the painter took revenge. He painted her to look ugly and unremarkable. That's why the emperor never summoned her. That year, the Xiongnu, a powerful nomadic tribe on the northern frontier, asked the emperor for a royal princess in marriage, hoping to establish peace between the two nations. Since no actual princess was willing to go, the emperor decided to choose a palace lady and grant her the title of princess, then send her off to marry the Xiongnu ruler in the distant and barren frontier. When the news broke, all the palace girls were terrified. At the time, the Xiongnu were seen as uncivilized barbarians. No one wanted to be sent away, but Wang Zhaojun stepped forward and volunteered. Maybe she understood that if she stayed in the palace, she'd live out her days in loneliness, never seeing the emperor. So she chose the unknown, hoping her fate might be different. Before her departure, the emperor summoned her and was stunned by her beauty and grace. He instantly regretted not having seen her sooner, but it was too late. He couldn't break his promise to the Xiongnu, so, though it pained him, he let her go. After she left, he was so furious about having been deceived by her portrait that he ordered all the court painters executed. And so, Wang Zhaojun bid farewell to her homeland. With her pipa in hand, she set off on the long journey of peace through marriage. Her carriage traveled for an entire year before reaching the land of the Xiongnu. But unlike other princesses who had been married off and spent their days weeping, Zhaojun embraced her new life. Despite the harsh environment, she found meaning and purpose. She introduced traditional Chinese cooking methods to the Xiongnu. She taught the nomads how to use Han-style plows to cultivate the land, how to grow corn at the foot of the mountains, how to plant trees, flowers, and weave cloth. She sowed the seeds of Eastern civilization into the heart of the barren frontier, helping the Xiongnu become less wild and more advanced. 3 years later, her husband passed away. Believing she had fulfilled her duty, Wang Zhaojun wrote to the emperor, asking to return home with her young son. But the new emperor, known for his indulgence and lack of virtue, coldly rejected her request. Instead, he ordered her to follow local customs. With no other choice, she followed Xiongnu tradition. After her husband's death, she married his stepson and gave birth to 2 daughters. At that time, she was only 22 years old. 11 years later, her second husband also passed away. Once again, she put on a wedding dress and married the newly crowned ruler, the brother of her second husband. Perhaps in that moment, she finally understood. This was her destiny. Living under constant ethical and emotional pressure, Wang Zhaojun became consumed by sadness and depression. At the age of 35, she fell ill and passed away. According to the customs of the grasslands, the dead were not given proper tombs. But the Xiongnu people cherished her so deeply that they built a symbolic tomb for her, a memorial grave with only clothes and a headdress inside. Because of her, peace between the Han dynasty of ancient China and the Xiongnu lasted for nearly half a century.